All righty. So, what I just really want a very high level, just kind of talk about the current environment that we're living in, and how it's affecting our, networks, with the COVID. Earlier on, we saw a colleague, her desk and her husband's desk behind her. We all have very different ways of working today. Um, and with the advent of all the Internet of Things, all different types of devices being added onto our network, it is so critical for us, for our need for security and visibility, and how we're going to be able to attain that. Wanted to kind of just drive it through. I don't know why my button's not working, but when we look at this infographic, it's telling us that it's time to purchase new or upgrading our IT network. We have a choice to either purchase in an old, the way we used to do things at, in a CapEx model, or we can look at a pure consumption based model, or, the OpEx. So we've introduced the first, our industry's first AI powered platform, which is truly designed to unify, automate, and secure the edge. So that is our ESP offering. So we, begin by interlocking the NaaS with the Aruba strategy of connect, protect, analyze, and act. And we want to be able to give customers the opportunity to do more with their network. When you really look at this infographic, most customers procure and deploy their environment. And unfortunately, in today's world, with all the things that I've already discussed, with Internet of Things, et cetera, and work from home, most companies are only able to procure and deploy their environment. And what that does is, your staff is so focused on the other things they need to do, tracking tickets, trying to help people resolve their problems, that they kind of get really lost in the way of they're not working on securing, maintaining, optimizing, upgraded, and expanding your network. I can tell you about a local hospital system that I was working with, where they were going to roll out a whole new initiative. Somebody came in with a voice over IP system, and that was going to help them save about $5 million annually. And they went to implement, and their network was in such disarray. They hadn't upgraded anything. We had to put that project on hold, which, obviously was going to save them $5 million annually. And it cost them a lot more money because they weren't doing the little things. This offering is making sure that, yes, you procure and you deploy it, but we're there in the background with WEI to make sure that you're doing all the things you need to do to keep that network optimized 100% of the time. And I am going fast because I know we got to get to the wine, but if it's too fast, just tell me to slow down. So we
Doing
know
good,
that,
Mark.
yeah, as I thank you, Mark, as I just described, the competing business priorities and the limited IT resources to really focus in on the things that are so important to your network. This is a different look at the same slide. And the reason, why I show this, because, Gartner tells us, because of all the things I discussed on the last slide, 70% of IT's time is spent trying to diagnose and fix problems. As I said, the tickets, people are being overwhelmed. And we realize that you're only realizing probably less than 25% of your network value. And, employees just don't like this. If you have employees working for you that do this type of work, they don't like coming to work every day and just see tickets after tickets after tickets, to repair things. And with all of us being at home, it is much more difficult to do it also, because everybody's connectivity is different. So again, what we're trying to do is given opportunity to secure this your network and making sure everything is up to speed and with this offering. So what we do is we just take all of our services. I discussed earlier about the Aruba ESP solution, our lifecycle management, and 1.5 billion records data lake, and we put it all in this funnel, and we pop out, monthly charge. You know, kind of a goofy way to lay it out there for you, but what we include in this monthly charge when you're a GreenLake customer is we have our customer experience management. Our customer experience management is made up of two things. Number one, when you become a GreenLake customer, we assign you an Aruba customer success manager. That customer success manager is there, obviously, for the monthly and quarterly business reviews to show you what's going on, but also to work with WEI and yourself in creating any type of other custom reporting that you'd like to see. Very good tool, like your partner WEI would be pushing, your code upgrades, making sure you're going to do that. The customer success manager is going to be able to document everything for you. Additionally, in the customer experience management is a tool that we give you is called the Aruba Service Manager. And this is a single pane of glass that you're able to do a deep dive looking into everything and anything in your environment. It is going to show you every AP, every hardware issue, how the software is interacting. It's going to show you cases that are open. It can pinpoint to you that you have an AP that's having trouble somewhere in your system, and you're going to be able to work, with your partner and with us to resolve these issues very quickly. Very unique tool, and it is only accessible to our GreenLake customers. The hardware is refreshed on renewal. We have 3, 4, and 5 year terms, and we want to make sure too that we're able to recycle your products at the end of the term. So we're going to make sure that equipment comes back and is either recycled or it is, destroyed in a, very good manner. Compliance, I already talked about it. We already know that you'll be optimized and secured all the time. And the other big feature, or the biggest feature, is a pay-as-you-grow ramp ability. At any time during the length of your contract, we're able to do an addendum to the contract. If you were opening another building, you needed more equipment, we can add it directly into the contract, which is very great solution. I will also mention that we've had some exciting announcements. A couple of weeks ago, we're at Atmosphere, and we're going to be able to, as I said, we're going to be able to ramp up, but we're going to show you ways that we're going to be able to, drop down services moving forward. These type of things are in the beta test now, but it's very exciting to be able to, move up and move down. And when you think about like what COVID did, we all got a lot of office space. That office space, what a shame if you got to keep paying for everything to keep the lights on. It would be nice if you could at some point say, hey, let me ramp down a building. We're going to give you that capability to do that moving forward with this program. Just a couple more slides. So what this shows us, this slide here is, probably my favorite slide, because it really just shows you where we're living. Most customers are living in that reactive side of the house. Their past experience is all about, the firefighting. It's all about tracing tickets. It's about employee satisfaction. And where we are now with the Aruba program is we're living in that orange space, the proactive and predictive. You're going to be able to know that you are fully compliant in your network and your codes and everything that has to do to make sure that your system is up to speed on all the codes. Security is our #1 priority, and give you that opportunity to sleep at night. And then when you tie it in with your future example, which we call our preemptive stage, excuse me, where we're really utilizing our data lake and we're trying to solve issues before they even happen. So we want to be able to work with our partner and say, hey, these are the things that we're seeing in the field. We're mining this stuff. We think this could be a problem for your customers. And we're going to work with WEI to make sure that we are resolving these issues before you folks are ever affected by anything. So very condensed opportunity for us to, be 100% proactive and predictive versus the old days when it was like, oh, I hope nothing happens to my environment today. I hope my employees, are happy. So very good example of how life could be sitting on the other side when you know that everything is the way it has to be. Matter of fact, one of our big customers that did one of our early adopters to Green Lake is Texas A&M University. I'm sorry, I always say Texas, I forget the A&M. They're now in previous life, they would do code upgrades. And they told us that the code upgrade sometimes would take 24 to 48 hours because they would start the code upgrade and they would just keep finding problem after problem after problem that had to be resolved in the network. They have it down now to 4 hours and 30 minutes. And that is all with all the prep work on the front end and back end, totally done because their environment is totally secured and up to spec on all the code levels and security. Just a tiny little example I wanted to share with you, but Texas A&M is a great example of what this has done to the university and how much money they're able to save now. So the benefits, talk to all of them. We're able to stretch the budget, reduce your IT workloads, accelerate onboarding with new initiatives, new priority initiatives, instead of having to continuously firefight, increase customer satisfaction, and very easy to expand and renew your contract. And I put a couple of slides here, but these are things that we just announced at Atmosphere. I'm not going to talk a lot on them, but I just thought, we're making ordering this service much, much easier by creating service packs, which will include everything I talked about: the customer experience management, the hardware, the software, our ability to have, central in there, as well as the support for what we call our foundation care, all built in. So the next day parts on site, et cetera, et cetera. So just wanted to let you know a lot of exciting things coming down the line. These initiatives that were announced at Atmosphere are extremely exciting for us, and we think it's going to make a huge difference for you, the end customer. So that, Mark, that is all I have for today. I wasn't even going to bother with that last slide.
Yeah, that's fine, Mark. I can attest to it because I was in Vegas for Aruba Atmosphere a couple of weeks back, and there was definitely a buzz. I mean, with all the conversations we're having with clients, there's a lot of it's focused on just consumption models and flexibility and just being able to scale as needed, right? And not being over provisioned. And it's nice to know that, this is available in network, and no doubt it'll be a topic of discussion, for HP, Discover come June too. So
Yes.
thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mark, you're right. There'll be a lot of info at Discover. And, you know, I've been here for a long time at Aruba HPE, and it's really exciting to see the Green Lake offerings expanding for networking because everybody wanted it and
Yeah.
we wanted to do it right. And it's just going to be great. It already
Yeah.
is, but what's coming is phenomenal.
Yeah. Love it.
Mhm.